the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day that you find out why. As a passionate educator and entrepreneur, I strongly believe that each individual has a specific purpose, both in their personal and professional lives. Even though you might not have discovered your ultimate purpose yet, I'm sure you've envisioned a quality life and thriving career for yourself. The fact that you've joined and started this course specifically shows me that you are determined to upskill yourself and that you are working towards a specific goal. I thus want to assure you, irrespective of whether you found your life purpose, you are exactly where you need to be right now. So, trust in your decisions and believe in yourself. This lesson will primarily focus on the entrepreneur essentials and zoom in on the basic knowledge and skills required to create a strong foundation for your entrepreneurial journey as an aspiring entrepreneur. Let's take a look at your lesson objectives. First, we'll identify your entrepreneurial goals. Next, we'll discover your entrepreneurial spirit. And lastly, we'll explore the entrepreneurial journey. Let's look at the entrepreneurial vision and the types of goals aspiring entrepreneurs could have in mind when aiming to start a business. Throughout this section, we'll look at the following. First, we'll define the concept of entrepreneurship. Then we'll identify various intrinsic and extrinsic reasons for wanting to start a business. And lastly, we'll bust some entrepreneurial myths wide open. And we'll have our very first mini challenge. So, what is an entrepreneur? Although the definition of an entrepreneur is multifaceted and often debated, the concept universally boils down to the following. A motivated and goal-driven individual with an innovative mindset who desires to launch and manage one or more business ventures. This type of individual aims to launch a business by primarily nurturing their skill set, sourcing startup capital, accepting various risk factors, and generating various returns. These actions are tackled with vigor to achieve certain predetermined personal and professional goals, as well as contribute to the entrepreneur's external environment. So why do these individuals start businesses? What are their goals? Let's take a look. There are two primary categories within which the reasoning behind starting a business can be placed: intrinsic reasons and extrinsic reasons. Intrinsic reasons relate to the personal and professional goals an entrepreneur has created for themselves, typically to satisfy their own needs and desires as well as those of their immediate dependents. Extrinsic reasons, on the other hand, refer to the overall impact that the entrepreneur could potentially have and want to have on the overall well-being of their external environment, typically to satisfy the needs and desires of their immediate societies. There are predominantly 5 intrinsic reasons why certain individuals want to follow the entrepreneurial journey and start their own business. These include freedom of purpose, freedom of passion, freedom of finance, of course, freedom of time, and freedom of lifestyle. Let's explore each of these goals briefly from an intrinsic perspective. Freedom of purpose. As mentioned earlier, entrepreneurs are motivated and goal-driven. Everything they do with a specific purpose in mind. The same applies to the reasoning behind starting a specific business. Starting their desired business enables them to fulfill the purpose they believe they are destined to achieve. By removing themselves as an employee from the often restrictive 9-to-5 working environment, they are able to both embark on endeavors with meaning and contribute to fulfilling their purpose, as well as live a meaningful and fulfilled life. Freedom of passion. Starting the business of their dreams, entrepreneurs are able to both follow their passion and reach their personal as well as professional goals. They are thus able to break out of the conventional 9-to-5 working environment that typically limits their responsibilities. By starting their own business and becoming their own boss, they thus give themselves the freedom to follow a specific path and engage in daily entrepreneurial activities that provide them with a sense of gratification. Freedom of finance. Apart from gaining a sustainable income and profit for the business itself, entrepreneurs usually aim to generate a passive income for themselves and their immediate dependents. This passive income places the entrepreneur in a position of financial freedom and enables them to foster the lifestyle of their dreams, as well as provide for those depending on them. This creates a sense of financial security, which ultimately contributes to the entrepreneur's overall well-being. Freedom of time. Once the business is generating a sustainable income and profit through strong revenue streams, and financial freedom has been achieved, the entrepreneur is able to create freedom of time. This enables them to remove themselves from the business from an operational standpoint and only intervene when necessary. Entrusting their employees to oversee the daily operations of the business, the entrepreneur can focus on providing strategic input and leadership when and as required, whilst engaging in other passion projects or business ventures. And lastly, freedom of lifestyle. By achieving financial and time-based freedom, it provides the entrepreneur with the opportunity to create the desired work-life balance and quality of life, as well as spend their time on other exciting activities. Perhaps they can even start another business, get involved with their immediate community, or simply travel the world.